I just saw something online that burned my eyes. I just found out that I'm on Wiki Feet. Does anybody here know what Wiki Feet is? A few of you nodding. A lot of dudes that are like, don't make eye contact with me right now. If you don't know what Wiki Feet is, it's a website for people with foot fetishes. So women, if you post a photo on Instagram that shows your little tootsies, the foot folks might do a copy and paste onto Wiki Feet and then zoom in on your toes and make their keyboard sticky. I know. It's like scrapbooking for men who need Jesus. It's a nice hobby. I know that sounds like I'm kink shaming. I'm really not trying to. Honestly, I am so jealous that some people can get off from that. Like, I wish I could just stare at a dude's hairy kneecap and get tingles in my basement. What a life. I would live on Wiki Knees. Oh, I would get nothing done. So much harder than that. So somebody told me that there's this profile of me on Wiki Feet, and at first when I heard that, I was like, oh, does that mean I have hot feet? I'm so flattered. Then I went and looked. I saw that the foot fetish community has rated my feet only 2.3 out of 5 stars. Which they call okay feet. I was like, oh, apparently I have Applebee's feet. It's like, you'll put it in your mouth, but you won't tell anybody about it. Just kind of a 2 for Tuesday deal. And a few months before the pandemic hit, some dude slid into my DMs and just said, $2,000 for foot vid. Now, Denver, make some noise if you would send a video of your feet to a stranger for $2,000. Godless animals, all of ya. My ears, Jesus. Some of you just throw your areola up on Facebook for $1. Aunts and uncles seeing it, you don't give a shit. You're like, Venmo me my dollar, Aunt Sherry, I earned this. This is a solid nip. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I wasn't quite as sure about it as all of you were. I was like, I don't know this guy. He's gonna have a video of my feet for the rest of his life. It's too weird. I'm not doing it. But then COVID hit. And I lost all my comedy work. So 2 days later, I wrote him back. I got desperate so fast. I was like, all right, man, $2,000 for my feet. I'm ready. Let's do it. And he never responded. I got ghosted by the foot guy. Do you know how humiliating it feels to lower your morals and your values only to have a foot guy be like, nah, I'm good now. You're like, what? What happened? It's like the smelly kid coming up to you at prom and you're like, all right, fine, one dance. And he's like, I was just gonna ask you where the bathroom is. You're like, you, Travis. I love my mom so much. She's amazing, but she's been trying to give me career advice and none of it's helpful, you know? She doesn't understand that there are different levels of fame in comedy. She thinks that all comics are best friends. She'll be like, why don't you call Jerry Seinfeld? And ask to do comedians in cars getting coffee. And I'm like, Mom, I can't even get a guy to off to my feet. Let's lower expectations. Like, this is where my career is at. I have a Foosball web series on YouTube, okay? I'm like here. When my mom heard that, she goes, you know who I bet would love to do your YouTube show? Ellen DeGeneres. And I was like, oh, you bet, huh? Well, let's put some money on it, because I bet she fucking wouldn't. If I win, you have to let me back on your cell phone plan. She's always trying to find ways to get me on television. Like when she heard I was getting divorced, she sent me a text that said, now that you're single, you can go on The Bachelor or Miss America. I was like, yeah, because marriage is what was holding me back. from becoming Miss America. Pretty sure part of the qualifications include hasn't been paid in Jell-O shots to tell jokes. So, I don't think I'm getting in. I was talking about the Foosball web series. So, my entire family and I are actually world champion foosball players. Thank you. I know it sounds made up. I swear it's real. My parents met playing in a professional foosball tournament in the 80s. So I literally wouldn't exist if it weren't for foosball. Which is sad. But you know, some of you wouldn't exist if it weren't for boxed wine. So it's like, yeah, whatever. We're all a little garbage. Let's not judge each other. It gets weirder. Not only is my dad a pro foosball player, he's also a slam poetry champion. And an international yo-yo man. Yeah. My dad has the sex appeal of a fanny pack. Crushing it. And my mom is in the Foosball Hall of Fame, and they've been training me to play since I was like 2 years old. But since no one suspects that I'm a pro foosball player, I love to hustle people, right? And so I usually play against other comedians on my web series, but we did this special episode where I went undercover in Vegas and I hustled drunk dudes on the Vegas Strip. So I wore this low-cut top, I talked in the worst voice, and my camera crew and I would go up to groups of guys and I'd go,
"Hi, my name's Kelsey, and I have this web series where I do things that I've never done before for the first time. It's called Pop My Cherry." It's silly, I know. So I've never played foosball before, and we just found this table, and I was just wondering if you guys want to play me.
And every group of guys is like, hell yeah, bitch, let's go. Yeah, play right now. So I would play the first game terribly on purpose, right? I would giggle a bunch, spin the rods a lot, really build up their confidence. And then I go,
"Okay, so I think I've got the hang of it now, and this is Vegas, so we should play for money."
and every guy would put their whole wallet on the table. And they'd hand me the ball and go, "Here, you can serve first." And that's when I pull out my foosball grip glove. Since no one suspects that I'm a pro foosball player, I love to hustle people, right? And so I usually play against other comedians on my web series, but we did this special episode where I went undercover in Vegas and I hustled drunk dudes on the Vegas Strip. So I wore this low-cut top, I talked in the worst voice, and my camera crew and I would go up to groups of guys and I'd go,
"Hi, my name's Kelsey, and I have this web series where I do things that I've never done before for the first time. It's called Pop My Cherry." It's silly, I know. So I've never played foosball before, and we just found this table, and I was just wondering if you guys want to play me.
And every group of guys is like, hell yeah, bitch, let's go. Yeah, play right now. So I would play the first game terribly on purpose, right? I would giggle a bunch, spin the rods a lot, really build up their confidence. And then I go,
"Okay, so I think I've got the hang of it now, and this is Vegas, so we should play for money."
and every guy would put their whole wallet on the table. And they'd hand me the ball and go, "Here, you can serve first." And that's when I pull out my foosball grip glove. Checkmate, motherfucker. Yeah, I've never done cocaine, but I would assume it's a similar rush. I've only done Parmesan cheese, which also exhilarating. A lot cheaper. So I mentioned that my ex and I, we were together for a really long time, so we knew so much about each other. But one thing that he didn't know about me until toward the end, I told him that sometimes I pee in the shower. And by sometimes, I mean every time. And don't you guys act like you don't do it too. We are all swamp monsters. There is no drug in the history of time with a higher addiction rate than peeing in the shower. Okay? You think you're better than that, you think you're above doing it, and then you let yourself do it one time. And you're like, well, I guess I'm doing this every day for the rest of my life. It is the best. I feel like I'm on vacation every day, just carefree living. And I thought that he and I were gonna bond over it, you know? Like maybe we had the same dirty little secret. And instead, he was like, what? Oh, gross. That means every time I shower, I've just been standing in your pee. I was like, I do it while I'm showering. Like, the water takes it down the drain immediately. You're acting like I walk into our bathroom, drop my pants, stand in the shower, and just piss on dry porcelain like a serial killer. And then get out, put my pants back on, and just leave you a puddle of urine like a feral cat. I was like, I'm gonna start peeing on your pillow, give you some real problems. This is nonsense. One of my friends told me that apparently we're all supposed to throw our pillows away once a year and get new ones. You guys been doing that? Feels good to be gross together, huh? We all have such a weird attitude toward pillows because they cost like $10, but we all keep the same disgusting pillows for decades, like it's the Great Depression. Like we're some old prospector like, well, this here's the pillow they gave me at the orphanage, and I'll be goddamned if this ain't the same pillow I die with. Why? Pillows and towels, right? Like, we never get rid of towels. They just eventually become the ones you, like, dry the dog with. Why are we holding on to so many? Do we all think we're gonna have, like, a home birth someday? We're gonna sop some stuff up? My grandparents' towels are historical artifacts at this point. I don't know if you've visited your elders recently. They have washcloths that look like they were woven from wheat. I'm like, did this belong to Jesus? I feel like I'm drying my face with a Triscuit. My eyelids are bleeding. So I got on dating apps for the first time last year, and they let me onto the celebrity dating app, which, listen, obviously they use the term celebrity real loosely, okay? If they saw my Wiki Feet, they'd be like, absolutely not. She can't sit with us. Yeah, they let in somebody who's 32 and still shops at Forever 21, so I for sure tricked them. I know that store is trash, but I just can't stop going. I just love it so much. The last time I was there, I told the girl at the register that I found a makeup stain on this tank top I wanted, and I asked if I could get a discount, and she just stared at me with dead eyes and was like,
it's already only $2.99.
like,
do you want us to just give you the tank top? And pay off your student loans? This is Forever 21, everything's stained. It's basically an animal shelter.
God, I love that store. The first date I went on through the celebrity app was such a disaster. I went out with this guy who was from Europe, originally. So he had this really thick European accent, and some of the words he said sounded like other words. So he's telling me about his cat, and he goes, yeah, I love my cat, but he rapes my shirts. And my brain was like, that can't be right. Nope. So I sat with it for a second, and I was like, oh, he rips your shirts. Okay, sorry, I thought you said that he rapes your shirts. And with zero hesitation, this dude goes, yeah, no, he rapes my shirts, and I don't understand why, because he's neutered, but he will not stop raping my shirts,
So what my husband and I do to spice things up, and I'm curious if any of you do this too, is he and we like to make up scenarios. And then we ask each other, would you stay with me in that scenario? Yeah, do it. Everybody do it with your significant other. If you're not, it's the hottest way to get into a fight. I cannot recommend it enough. Like one time my husband asked me, would I stay with him if he realized he was trans? And my immediate answer was yes, of course, which surprised him. So I had to explain, first, he's more than just a body to me. Right? He's a whole human being. I love him for who he is. Divorce is expensive. And second, I had to explain to him that my least favorite thing about him is that he's a man. Like, he has great qualities, but I've never been psyched that he was a dude. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I can feel some of you pulling away. I feel it. I get it. I think there's this really boring debate happening right now in this country where people have gotten really obsessed over these definitions of how do you define a man or how do you define a woman. And the reason I find it so boring is I think it's okay that we all have different definitions, right? That's fine. If you define a man as somebody who has I honestly think that's fine. It's just not how I define a man, right? I define a man as somebody who does something where then you're like, hey, why would you ever think to do that? An example, you ask? Sure. You got it. Last week, our dog threw up on the carpet, and then my husband cleaned it up using a dustpan and brush. That's the most man thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, here's how I know it's something only a man would do, is I can see you guys. And when I said that, I saw what happened, which was a lot of women looked back at me like, ew, gross, I can't believe he did that. And a lot of men looked back at me like, I don't get it. I don't know what he was supposed to use, I'm gonna be honest. Paper towels. It's fine. The first time my husband ever heard me tell that story on stage, he got so defensive. Because he was like, that wasn't last week. I love my husband. I'm pro-husband. My husband is he's older than I am, too. You know, like, it's not nasty. Like, the way I said it, it came off. It's not that bad, right? He's older than I am, but you wouldn't look at us together and be like, oh, she doesn't talk to her dad. Like, it's not that bad. Our age gap, when we met, he was 34 and I was 25, which I honestly didn't think anything of at the time, but on my 34th birthday, I distinctly remember blowing out my candles, looking up at him, and realizing, oh, you creep. What was he doing with me? That's so gross. Because would I date a 25-year-old guy now at this point in my life? Absolutely not. So gross. I think it's because 25-year-old guys are bad at everything. Like, Like, I'm sure you have, like, life skills or whatever, but, like, sexually, they're bad at everything, right? There's not a single 25-year-old guy who's, like, good at eating pussy. They're all so bad at it. 25-year-old guys are so bad at eating pussy. They are. And if you're 25 and you're in here and you're like, I'm the exception, there are zero exceptions. You know why? It's not their fault. It's not at all their fault. It's because it's not an experience thing. It's an attitude thing, right? 25-year-old guys, when they go down on a lady, they're doing it to check it off a list and then be like, I'm a feminist. And that's great. But the reason it gets so much better when men get older, like when they get to be in their 40s and up, the reason it's so much better is because those guys, they're eating so that they don't die alone. And that is so much better. Truly, they're eating pussy with fear and terror. And that is what makes me... If I see the whites of your eyes, it's over. You know what I mean? Thanks. That's the woo of a sated older lady. That's interesting. My husband and I, we've been talking about having kids a lot lately, which is so wild to think that I'm old enough to do that. Not only am I old enough to have kids, I'm running out of time. I'm at the age where I keep getting asked if I'm gonna freeze my eggs, and I keep having to explain that I can barely afford eggs. Right, my husband and I, we don't have kids right now, or a dustpan and brush anymore because we had to throw it away, but... I have to say, this is so embarrassing to admit, but a big thing that's stopping me from having kids is I don't want to have a boy. And you're not supposed to say that. I'm well aware. When somebody asks you, what do you want to have, boy or girl? You're supposed to say, I don't care, as long as they're healthy. But I've given it a lot of thought, and I would rather have a sick girl. Would fully rather have a frail, sickly daughter than a strong, healthy son. I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's not that I hate men, right? I don't hate men at all. I know I give off that vibe because I have a few jokes about it and a nose ring, but I don't hate men. The reason I don't want to have a boy, one, is because I don't know what, like, boy issues are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where that's coming from. I know where girl issues are coming from. I understand it's society, but I don't know boy issues. And I know men have issues because I've read the comments they leave on my videos. But I don't know where it comes from. The other reason I don't want to have a boy is because when you give birth to a boy in this country, one of the first questions that the doctor asks you as the mother is, do you want to circumcise him? And sorry, but that's a crazy decision that I now have to make for somebody I just met. I don't know his name yet, okay? And you want me to figure out what to do with his... It feels like college all over again.
He has to wake up every 2 hours in the night to pee. And when I see him in the morning with bags under his eyes, I hug him and I go, babe, I'm sorry you didn't sleep well. And then I think, you're too exhausted to cheat on me. But now the second I see him start to reach for melatonin, I'm like, the f*** are you resting up for, huh? You stay sleepy. I don't usually mind our age gap, but there is that new filter on TikTok where couples are posting pictures together, and then a filter goes across the screen, and it shows you what you'll look like together in 50 years. Like, it ages you. So I did that with a picture of me and my boyfriend, and when the filter went across the screen, it just made him disappear. It was just me holding an urn. I was like, what? My boyfriend was like, I want to see the picture. I was like, oh, my phone died. And so did you. What am I going to do? He does hate that he looks older than me. He's been trying to get me to look older faster. I think he wants to, like, microwave my face. On my birthday, as a prank, he hid all of my expensive skin creams, and when I opened my bathroom cupboard, there was just a pack of cigarettes. Like a tanning bed coupon. Well, be careful what you wish for. You're gonna wake up next to Mick Jagger. I have been telling my single friends that they should date somebody older than them. It's the best. They got their lives together. They're financially secure. My boyfriend has a lake cabin. You think I give a that he has a fake hip? I don't. I will say, if you date somebody older than you, sometimes people think you have daddy issues. And they're right. I do love my dad. I think he gave me a very specific amount of daddy issues. Like, I have enough to have become a comedian, but not enough to have an OnlyFans. My dad's just a little too supportive for me to have one of those. If I tried to post my boobs online behind a paywall and posted some link that was like, for my biggest fans only, my dad would read that and go, well, I'm obviously my daughter's biggest fan. Oh, God, no. No.
I get anxiety about having kids. My husband and I always said we didn't want kids. And now that I'm getting older, I'm like, hey, are we for sure that we don't want kids? Because that Tik Tok clock's a tick. And I always said I didn't want kids because I like my life just the way it is. I don't want to have a kid and mess it up. But all my friends have kids. Like my friend Maya, she has 2 kids. She'll tell me sometimes, she'll be like, oh my God, Mateo has the flu. He was throwing up all night. I had to be up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Then I have to pick up Noah from school with foot, hand, mouth disease, whatever that is. I haven't slept since 2006. But it's so worth it. Really? Doesn't sound worth it. But then I look at my nephew, my sister's son, Austin. I love that kid. He's the coolest little kid. Like, he's funny. He's got a good personality. He's kind. He loves people. He's tender-hearted. He has manners. He eats his vegetables. I look at him and I'm like, okay, you know what? If I could be guaranteed to have one like that, I will think about it. But then I look at some of my other friends' kids. You ever have a kid in your life that just the thought of spanking them brings you joy? Because I have some kids in my life that I'd be like, ooh, you wait till your mom turns around. He fell down. I don't know, that was weird. When you don't want kids, you take precautions to make sure you don't have them, like birth control. Well, birth control has hormones, and hormones gave me melasma. You know what melasma is? It's a brown skin mustache. Yeah, I have a mustache. You can't see it because I'm wearing makeup. But when I'm not wearing makeup, I look like my brother. That's messed up. Sometimes if I don't want to wear makeup and just be fresh-faced, go run some errands, when I get to the store, they ask me my preferred pronouns. They go, excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, they. Any of those work, thanks. So now I have a dilemma. Do I want a brown mustache or brown babies? I get the what ifs in my mind about having kids. I start thinking, well, what if I can't chase my dreams anymore? Because I moved to Hollywood to be an actress. I'm still trying to be an actress. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have some very cool credits on my resume, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, Our Family Wedding, Curb Your Enthusiasm. very cool credits on my resume. But sometimes when I go to say my prayers, I'm like, oh, come on, Jesus, bigger credits than that. I'll be honest with you guys. When I lay my head down at night, my dream is not to be a mom. My dream is to play a rape victim on Law & Order SVU.
I have a wife. And she has one too. Yeah, I just found out she's gay, and I think it's cool. Should have known the signs were there. She was always talking about getting a Subaru. I was going down on her. And we met here in Los Angeles. This is the place that we fell in love. Thank you. We met at a bowling alley. We met at Chateau Lanes. You guys know that? Yeah, we met at Chateau Lanes. We met at an event called Lesbian. I'm very embarrassed to tell you that. Okay, I tried to hide that for a long time. And my friends are like, no, you should not be embarrassed about that. That is a modern day lesbian love story. Yeah, and to be fair, every lesbian love story is a modern day lesbian love story. Yeah, but I'm very embarrassed about us meeting at Lesbian because I have to explain that to my grandkids one day. Like, I have to be like, where did I meet Grandyke? I don't know what we're gonna call each other. We're workshopping some names, but Grandyke sounds awesome. Where did I meet Grandyke? Well, we met at Lesbian. She put 3 fingers in that bowling ball and I knew she was game. They were the right fingers. She wasn't even wearing a wrist guard, which is basically raw dogging in my community. I'll stop, okay. You guys look horrified. It's like this moment that people get a little horrified. They're like, is that lesbian sex? It's just like a claw? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I'm a mom. Oh, thanks. Oh, a little whistle for the mom, a little cat call. Hey, we need it too. I am a mom. I had a baby right before the pandemic. It was bad timing. I had a geriatric pregnancy, which basically means I'm a bit of an old mom. They call it advanced age pregnancy now, which I think sounds worse somehow. But I do highly recommend having a baby at an older age if you like to pee and walk at the same time. You guys are in the splash zone right here. Yeah. I think this is adorable. The teachers at my daughter's daycare, they say that they know who has the older parents because when the toddlers get up, they make noise. Just the most adorable scene. Just all these 2-year-olds like, oh, to be one again. The kids that have young parents, they say things like, when I grow up, I want to be a firefighter. Not my daughter. She's like, anything with a good pension. Yeah, that'll do. I learned a lot about, I had the baby. My wife scammed me. It's a long story. She basically saw me have the baby and then changed her mind about her having the baby after me. And I'm thinking about suing her. But I learned a lot when I was pregnant. I learned that my friends are dumb. It's not their fault. I am friends with all stand-ups. And I was 5, maybe 6 months pregnant when I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, great news, I'm pregnant. And her first question right out of the gate was, are you gonna keep it? I don't know how you think I made this baby. With my wife? Heavily planned. Not a mistake. Like, I didn't get so drunk and wake up one morning and it's like, oh my God, what happened last night? I got so drunk. Did I pay a fertility doctor $12,000? No.
so many steps to the process. My daughter will never have like the grit of a child made by mistake. There were so many steps. We had to get a lawyer. One of the things they made us do, our fertility clinic, they made us all go to therapy. We had to. I had to go to therapy. My wife had to go. Our sperm donor had to go. And at the time, it felt like a mild hate crime. But now, in retrospect, I'm like, that's not a bad idea. Like, maybe anyone who wants to procreate should have to go to therapy first. Like, yeah. It's my Shark Tank pitch. Yeah. Of course, if that were the case, none of us would be here tonight. Yeah. Can't imagine my mom and my dad going to therapy. Yeah, it really makes me giggle. My mom is my best friend, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, actually. Yes. She is my best friend. Her stories are insanely boring. They are getting out of control boring. So detailed. I don't know if your parents are like this. Her stories have to start at the very beginning of the day. Even if she's telling me a statement from her life, she has to start at when she woke up. She'll be like, oh yeah, so I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. The thunderstorms were really bad rolling in from Chicago, so I couldn't sleep. So I went downstairs and I decided I was going to make myself some eggs, and I got some scrambled eggs because Dr. Kyle said that I need to get more protein. He actually moved his offices. They're not in Lombard anymore. They're in Oak Brook now, which is nice because it's by the Pottery Barn and by the drive-through Panera Bread. But yeah, and then Callie needed to take a walk because her bladder is not doing well. And so I decided to put on my Brooks gym shoes. I've been wearing those in case there's any precipitation outside. It's really good grip. And then I've been using the Hokas as my jogging shoes for the runners group. And then I've been using this new brand called On for my formal gym shoes. 45 minutes into this story, we are not even at 11 a.m. in her day. I said, Mom, what is this story about? Oh, Cheryl got lupus.
Now, I don't know if anybody here has ever lived in a studio apartment before, but when you're young and single, that's banging. It's convenient. Like, you'll be in your living room watching TV, you're like, you know what? I'm tired. I want to go lay down in the bedroom. Boom, already there. Convenient when you're young and single. However, studio apartment living when you're married isn't real conducive to staying married. Because you have no personal space. Like at our old house, if we got on each other's nerves, he goes to this room, I go to that room, we cool off, we're fine. Now in a studio apartment, if we get in an argument, when we're done arguing, we just gotta keep looking at each other's stupid faces. You know how hard that is? That is challenging. That should be a TikTok challenge, do that one. And my husband's good looking. Typically, he's really fun to look at. But if we have been arguing, I will make all his pretty features real ugly real quick. I'll be like, you know what? You see how your teeth are perfectly straight and you don't need a retainer? That's annoying. And like, we get it. You have perfect bone structure. Honestly, you have no character in your face. Get a scar. If we get into an argument, my husband doesn't want to call it an argument. He wants to call it a talkament. Just the fact that he wants to call it a talkament, to me, now we're in a full-blown argument. He wants to call it a talkament because he wants to talk it out. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get to the root of the problem. And when my husband talks it out, he likes to talk in circles. Circles are his favorite shape. He likes to say the same thing he just said, but a little bit differently. Because he's talking it out. And when my husband talks it out, he likes to ask a lot of questions. Questions. He thinks he's being inquisitive. I think that I'm on the stand and I need to defend myself in a court of law. Questions. Yeah, I know you said that, but why? No, I know that's what you said, but why? I don't know why. Yes, you do. Objection, badgering a witness. He's like, overruled, but why? No, I know that's what you said, but why? Because that's how I feel. Okay, that's your feelings, but what's your facts, though? That's how you feel, but what are your facts to support your feelings? Oh, you're stupid, that's my facts. And it's not that my husband is stupid. It's just that I don't know how to talkament. I can start in a talkament. We're just having a conversation. We're both calm until he triggers me, which is like sentence number 3. And then next thing you know, here come my emotions. They weren't even invited to this party, but they showed up, all pedo, ready to say some stuff. The more questions he asks, the more worked up they get. Questions. Next thing you know, here go my emotions out of my mouth. And when I'm in an argument, my words come out like little shanks. He's over here trying to talk him in, and I'm just like, can't. And now I have a bloody word massacre to clean up. Sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to win. My therapist hates that joke. I am working on it, though. I am working on my communication. I wish I could be more like my friend Maya. She's so calm, cool, and collected all the time. One day I asked her, I was like, girl, do you ever get in an argument with your husband? She was like, yes. She started telling me about an argument they got in, and he had said something to her, and she was like, okay, see, when you say that, it makes me feel like what you're saying is I'm doing it wrong. And then he was like, oh, no, that's not how I meant it at all. I'm so sorry it came out that way. That was their argument. I'm sorry, what? How do you do that? Like, how many COVID swabs do you need up there to respond like that? Like, no emotions involved, just clearly communicating. When you say that, it makes me feel like what you're saying is I'm doing it wrong. Me in that same conversation, oh, so I can't do nothing right then? Wow, so why you even married to me? I'm working on it. Living in a studio apartment when you're married, things that are normally easy are all of a sudden difficult, like watching TV. In a studio apartment, you have to both want to watch TV at the same time. Then you have to want to watch the same thing at the same volume preference. Now, I don't know if my husband is hard of hearing, but to him, if the TV is not at volume 85 or above, it might as well be on mute. God forbid I bring the volume down to 65. He will passive-aggressively put on the captions. It's his silent way of yelling at me. If my husband cannot feel the vibration of every word,
coming out of the TV.